Thank you, Yvonne, for connecting with me on this day. How are you? I hope you're feeling well. I like your virtual background. Very nice, very clean. Maybe we can start off this session by Yvonne. You share with my viewers a little bit of your background and how you came about to joining the training industry. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sensei Fauzan. Thank you for having me. My name is Yvonne Lim. I'm the co-founder for Hotel Industry Consultancy. So, well, I've been a trainer. I have been a hotelier for almost 30 over years. So last year, I have decided, training is the way I want to pursue. All right, and of course, from all the learning from the hotel industry, I've joined local hotel, single hotel, local brand hotel, international brand hotel. So I've seen the training structure, the training roadmap that the international hotel is providing is very structured, is very well organized. Whereas for the domestic hotel, single hotel, and even domestic chain hotel, it is not that structured. So there are a lot more can be done, can be improved. And on this note, I have to thank HRDF because there is HRDF fund. So the local hotel are forced to actually look into providing training for the staff. This is actually very good. But overall, there are a whole lot more to learn and to share. So that's why.
That's very interesting. I like when you mentioned that the international chain of hotels are much more structured in their training approach. Maybe you can share a little bit of insights. Based on your experience, why do you think that they are much more structured? Is it because they have a longer history in running a hotel, or is it more of because how we view things, as in, people come in and out, so therefore training not so put into priority? So what's your view on that?
Is it for a international brand hotel? Training hours per staff is a KPI. Yeah, it's a KPI for both the HR manager, for the GM, as well as for the department head. So training hours is inclusive of on-the-job training, as well as also the classroom training. Yeah. So every staff, regardless of your level, you would have to go through a certain compulsory mandatory training, and then there is actually upskilling training and so forth. And whereas for the local hotel, unfortunately, there is no roadmap, training roadmap. Sometimes as how much more HRDF fund do I have? Is it going to be expired soon? So then quickly, before it's actually luput, let's quickly go and use it. Of course, the HR manager would tend to use a lot for team building program. And why is team building program is actually is fair. It applies for all the staff and is for bonding.
I see.
That's why but this stuff, this fund can also be used for upscaling. But upscaling is to be seen as to only certain people, staff, or certain department only. It may not be that fair, But so very often the financial controller may be asking, so if I invest in this staff for training, what happens if they leave? So that is a very frequent, question in the mind when the head of department is recommending a staff for training. So, I would tell the finance head, I would say, what happens if I don't provide the training for this staff and this staff stay?
Exactly.
You know, I'm not a competent staff, right? Yeah.
This is quite common in many industry. I mean, not just hotels. In a lot of organization, they have this worry that they invest money in the staff, the employee, and then the employee leaves, so they feel like the investment was wasted lah. But okay, on that note, because I know hotels they focus more on operations, meaning that if you join the hotel as let's say the F&B, so they will do some sort of training to enable the staff to be able to do the work. So it's more of internal training, more of hands-on practical operation stuff. Are they actually, besides team building, are they actually open to outside trainers to come and teach them other skills based on your experience? Is it, are they open to this?
Yes, they are actually soft skill required,
Mm-hmm.
especially now. You know, there's no more same old way of doing things. You know, it's a new way in the next normal. You know, we have to actually have a very open mindset
Okay.
to learn, keep on learning, and this is how we can survive in the next normal.
Okay. Now, on that note, I like to ask you questions because I'm very interested in how the hotel, because hotels and training are basically, in terms of the industry, they go hand in hand. We as trainers, we tend to use the hotel as our training venue most of the times, and we help each other out. It's a nice ecosystem in that sense lah. My question is, now with the current situation where hotels are struggling and the training industry is also struggling because we cannot do face-to-face training, what do you think can be a way out for both parties? Okay, what type of smart collaboration can we do moving forward with this new norm?
Okay, first we take a look at the big picture of a hotel's revenue stream.
Okay.
The hotel revenue stream for a typical hotel, about 60-70% of the revenue come from accommodation room.
Oh.
About 30 to 40% come from the F&B, which also include the banquet, meeting facilities, and weddings and all this. So it's a 60-40 kind of revenue contribution.
Okay.
So if you take a look at how we can actually gel better in terms of complementing each other. So a trainer sometimes would understand, when you understand the hotel revenue contribution better, that's where we can establish a win-win. Same things for hotel. Also, to understand how trainer revenue comes in, then we can achieve a better win-win situation. So take, for example, now training revenue can contribute into hotel revenue in terms of directly is actually where the meeting packages, they will be under F&B revenue. So the F&B revenue sometimes very frequent, very often hotel forgotten this trainer who actually bring in the training program for 4-5 days. The participants actually also require accommodation. But the thing is, when a trainer, a provider approach the hotel, they only ask about the meeting package.
Exactly.
And that's all. So the hotelier, without also going into deeper, is this, what kind of course is this? Where are your participants from? Is there a chance for me to offer accommodation for you to attend this training program together? And would you like to have, so it's mutual. So there's always, at the end, there can be a celebration, little graduation, so these are the extra revenue, which sometimes, sadly, the hotel didn't dig deeper. And for the hotel the hotel should also look into, a training company bring in different industry of people to attend the training. Industry, especially if it is a public program. So these are very networking opportunity for the hotel. So, but sometimes trainer training provider do not share this type of information with the hotel.
Correct.
Hotel also take it for granted that it's just another full day training, you know, so it's considered a smaller ticket. So,
I see.
yeah, you see the ecosystem is there, but it is not fully exploited.
So meaning that sometimes I don't want to blame the hotel, because sometimes, you know, a lot of things are happening in the hotel. So sometimes the salesperson also lupa lah. They busy with that, chasing here and there. Okay, for the training providers, sometimes also we tend to not see the bigger picture, because we look at the training, and then we look at hotel as an expense or cost. So we don't try and explore, and like for example, we do train the trainer programs. We do train the trainer programs. It's a 5 days, given 5 days, and the trend is usually some of the participants, I can roughly say about 30 to 40% of the participants are willing to stay the last day, stay overnight, because of the final presentation. Kanchong ah. So they want to prepare properly. They don't want to stress themselves going back, traffic and whatnot. So they have the tendency of, you know, never mind lah. I fork out another extra few hundred ringgit to stay, so that I'm a bit more relaxed. I'm a bit more prepared for the final presentation. So usually at that point of time, if we were to like, okay, let's help you out and try and book for the room, we realized that usually when we ask the counter and whatnot, they say better go with try to book online lah, because it's cheaper than, you know, you are there for 5 days or 4 days, then you just walk to the counter and say, hey, can you get me a room, and is there some sort of a rate? So I think the training provider may have missed the opportunity to explain that to the contact person from the hotel side, maybe the sales, and we miss the opportunity of creating another added value. It's not just between the two of us. I think it's also the added value between the TP and the participants. Like you say, it's a networking opportunity, but we fail to see the connection. We see it as you, me, that kind of relationship. We forgot that this you and me also has the involvement of the participant, because participant is been there for a couple of days, and if they like the hotel, you know, meeting package, they like it, they like the lunch and whatnot, sometimes they feel, yeah, I should have stayed here instead of booking somewhere else, you know, because like for us, TTT is 5 days. What do you think about that?
It is so true. So true. This involves two problems actually of the hotel. Number one, the rate parity issue. The rate parity issue meaning how can a hotel rates selling that to a direct customer of theirs, their own client, their own training provider, be higher than the rates that they sell online through a OTA, like you say through Agoda or through Booking.com. Thing cannot happen in a hotel. So the rates integrity is not done properly in this case of a hotel.
Okay.
All right, and it's very wrong for the receptionist you were saying just now or the to inform the client, yeah, it's better for you to book through OTA. It's maybe cheaper. Wow, you know, imagine if you are the owner of the hotel or GM of the hotel, you know, because you have to pay OTA a commission, you know. And so that's why hotel wants to drive direct booking to their website, because that is ultimately the goal to transform the OTA booking, you know, that they are paying very high commission to their own platform, their own website.
Okay.
And for example, your TTT program, every month, let's just say, you know, when you negotiate with the hotel, you are talking about one particular event. But if a smart hotelier, they will be asking you, this program is running like once a week, twice a month. So in a whole year, can I log in a whole 24 series of TTT with you, Tuan Founder? Yes, and then we can negotiate for better rates. Either way, both party. So they need to see bigger revenue and the bigger win-win. And of course, hotel do a lot of digital marketing. If it is a public program, the hotel can also, TP can actually tumpang, I said tumpang the hotel to do some social media marketing. And same thing, I would be very happy. If I'm the hotelier, I would be telling the TP, yes, provided when you promote your course, you also highlight the hotel facilities, and you put on the website, or share the social media. So we do cross promotion.
Exactly.
So these are the things that is beneficial. So I say, these are overall, to sum it up, our hotelier in Malaysia still need a lot of training. All right, and that's where my company comes in.
I see.
So
That's
tips, a lot of tips, a lot of debt, but unfortunately our young hotelier nowadays, they don't have mentor, they don't have good mentor, perhaps, or in a certificate, a diploma of hotel management course, unfortunately it is not in depth into an actual case study like this to tell them. Yeah, so that's well, I would to be able to have the opportunity to teach and share this type of knowledge with the hotel hospitality industry.
Okay, on that note, I just like to clarify, based on your experience and seeing the hotel employees, when they come into the hotel, roughly about how many percent actually comes in through education, meaning that they took up the diploma or they took up the hospitality course, versus those who come in from rank and file. Maybe, after SPM, got nothing to do, they come into the hotel to do part-time, and then they eventually fall in love with the job and, eventually grow. What percentage through education versus through, the typical rank and file?
I would say a good 50-50, a good 50-50. Those who come in with certificate in hotel hospitality already, regardless they are housekeeping, front office, they come in and halfway through they realize the reality of the actual hotel job, and they drop off. And we have also the other 50%, totally no background. They join for accidentally or friends or passion, just the passion. You join it, and these are the one when they move up, all right, and they get job training. They have the passion, and unfortunately, when they don't have the certificate know-how, so when they want to go up the ladder, they may not have enough skill, is it? So these are the ones who need a lot of upscaling, but they are very potential because the attitude, the characteristic is right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. That is very interesting. Now I'm trying to put the pieces of puzzle together. As a training provider and as a trainer doing the training in a hotel, the ones that is usually the face of the hotel, or the ones that we deal a lot with, is actually the F&B, the person in charge of our function, the F&B staff. Okay. Normally breaking I mean, whether you manage to impress us as a TP to stay in a hotel and come back, is usually the deal breaker is the F&B guys. Not much of the sorry to say, but not much of the sales people. Now, is this an actual understanding, or is this something that the hotel side realize? I mean, that the F&B are their first contact, and they are the ones that can really become the deal breaker for the the prospect or the clients. Do they realize this?
Yes, but not all of them.
Okay.
So when I coach the sales team, all right, when I was used to in a hotel, and even for myself, whenever there is an event, all right, regardless is my sales manager or myself, you know. So I always make it a point before the event start, as a salesperson in charge who get in the business, I will make sure I will connect with my client first. So I will go to the function room before you start your session, who is the organizer, say hello, exchange name card, you know, establish the contact, and introduce the F&B team, the person in charge, and they will be the guy that will be seeing for the next few days. And of course, this person's service is very important, because by doing that, number one, the salesperson establish the direct face-to-face contact with the organizer.
Yes.
And the organizer may be different person.
True.
At the same time, the salesperson also establish the contact between the person in charge in the F&B. In this case, it's normally the banquet operation staff, supervisor, with the client. So to have a very clear handover, and establish the loop of contact. So it's good for everybody.
I see.
So a hotel who are doing this, all right, the client will feel a whole lot more comfortable, and the F&B staff who is doing also feel good, because the F&B staff would know this guest know my GM personally, you know, or sales and marketing personally, you know. So and it's the same for all the function, regardless how big or how small the function. That is part of the part and parcel of a hotelier's job. Not just close a deal, you know, and then let the junior staff take care of you until goodbye. Nobody know anything happened.
And then sometimes, like for us trainers, when we do training, usually the training starts very early. I mean, not very early lah, but the training starts at 9 or 8:30. So we tend to come in early, 1 hour, 7:30, you know, to set up and whatnot. So usually when I arrive, I try to become the first person there lah, even before anybody else. I come in early. So when I come in early, very seldom I get the salespeople to be there before the event starts. Usually, I don't know, maybe it's because they are used to having events starts a little bit later, like dinner and you know some other functions that starts a bit later. But very seldom I see they are there at maybe 8, even 8 o'clock. Very seldom see them. But usually the ones that are there, like I said, is the F&B guys lah. So if the F&B guys shows that they are concerned, they attentive, you know, they respond very quickly, I think usually we appreciate. We tend to write some testimonial and you know give feedback saying that we like this supervisor, we like this staff, they are very attentive. We put that in because we feel that like I said, the deal breaker is the F&B guys lah. Salesperson, I mean it has become something that we are used to. We don't mind much about the salesperson. We just focus on the F&B guys. So having said this, do you think that there is an opportunity? I mean, with the current situation now, the economy is trying to revitalize itself, you know, restart back after the pandemic. And I believe hotels will be very eager to kick off their you know operations. Do you think it's a good idea to start with sales training for non-sales personnel in the hotel? What's your view on this? Do you think it's something that they should start to consider?
I think this pandemic has really damaged a whole lot of confidence level for the hotel industry. So if the hotels has those that do not have very deep pocket, the cash flow pre-pandemic already so now after or reopen it will be very difficult. It's a really struggling period to get back. So training at this moment may not be number one priority. The number one priority is really to make sure all the SOP, the hygiene, the safety, the cleanliness are all in place. Take care of the staff, and businesses are all ready to open up.
Okay.
So it's a little bit too premature to talk about training into the full fledged of the whole non-sales department and all this.
Okay.
In my philosophy, everybody is a salesperson, regardless you are the GM, you are the housekeeper, you are the F&B, everybody. Okay, when you deal with customer, you are a salesperson. You don't have to have a title of sales manager, but you are already a salesperson. So back onto the what is the priority now for the hotel to reopen, beside the protocol side, the hygiene and all this. The way forward is really digitalization.
Oh.
Digitalization, yes, a whole lot. Look into the work process, look into the whole entire work process, all the touch point, you know. Say for example, if F&B promotion, F&B promotion, you know, from the moment a concept, a costing, a flyer is done, you know, then you print flyer, the same old way will be you print flyer. But nowadays, you want to save cost. Why not have a QR code? All right, then people can scan the QR code. So when you say you have a QR code, but a QR code normally just on the explaining on the menu, it is also, you are not digitalizing it. So you want to have a QR code that send, they can also book at the same time. So it is a bookable QR code. So bookable QR code would help you to digitalize your work process. Meaning, instead of you get the flyer, you want to call, or okay, I want to have this ideal fitri takeaway, you know, sent to me, a lunchbox sent to me, and all this. So a call order taking would take at least 15 minutes, 20 minutes per order. So make this digitalized. And how many lines can you have when business pick up? And whether you like it or you don't like it, after this round, some people are so comfortable of off-premise dining, so they will continue to have the takeout. They will continue to have the pickup, delivery, and all this. So whether we like it, we don't like it, it is a new channel for the hotel. So look into that. So you have the digitalization on the contactless, all right? And then how do you go through this process to increase your productivity, improve your efficiency, and more importantly is you actually have this process to improve your customer service, digitalization. Yeah. So all this would lead into, you know, instead of manually keying in customers' email or mobile phone, you have a CRM. You can do the daily compilations and so forth. So this is very important for the hotel to look into upgrading the next step, digitalize your workflow as much as possible.
I see. Okay, that's very interesting. Now, I'm sure that based on your experience, if you know, a hotel realize this and they get connected with you, I believe you'll be able to guide them from the whole process to whatever they need to do first lah. My question now is, while waiting for the hotel to, I mean, because I believe they are shook up with this condition. So now, like you said lah, priority may be looking at getting the ball rolling, you know, starting back operations and whatnot. My question is, in the meantime, what can other industries like training providers, like even other type of industry, what can we learn from the hotel industry? Basically, what can you teach us to get us to be ready? Because I like the concept of that, like you mentioned, everybody is a salesperson and everybody is the contact point to the customer. So I think that is a transferable topic that can go to any industry. Meaning that you can come out as a trainer with your hotel background, using that as your base, and you teach other industry, because I believe other industries should learn similar to how hotels can learn from other industry. Other industry can also learn from hotel. Can you just share some of the transferable knowledge, transferable skills that maybe other industries can engage you and they can learn from you?
Wow, this is you see, all my knowledge is here. Okay.
Okay.
How can I put this knowledge out onto a training material that is suitable for different industry? But of course, for the hotel industry, the DNA of any hotelier, when you look at any hotelier, sometimes before even you ask them anything, a hotelier's DNA, you would very naturally, you would see they are very customer oriented, customer service.
True.
It's part of their training, it's in their blood, in their DNA already. And also the grooming, the hoteliers grooming most of the time. And the hotelier tend to be able to mix and meet and talk to any stranger very comfortably. Yeah, it's like we are the hosts, welcome everybody to our country. So, and of course the hotel business, beside the room, the F&B. So one thing about hotel, in terms of marketing, we do quite a fair bit of international marketing. This is what probably the training industry or did not do that much, the way I look at it. Maybe yes, maybe not so much yet. So we are still very much blessed with HRDF, you see.
Yes.
So, but when you want to grow in the future, well, they say the world is the oysters, you see. So it's really how to venture to overseas market. And overseas market need content like what we are teaching our people. Of course, we want to start with. So I would say hotel knowledge that we can share in is probably the distribution of a hotel. Well, how do we get international business? What the distribution channel of a hotel industry is quite complex. So I actually have a chart, a flow chart, explain that distribution. But as to how relevant can it be as a learning point or sharing inspiration, maybe Sensei can actually tell me. Yeah.
Okay. I think this is the thing that we can look into, because based on this conversation, I'm very excited, because I believe a lot of organization can learn from the hotel side. And when I say the hotel side, it's not just a lot of people tend to take customer service and use hotels as reference for good customer service. Like you mentioned, grooming, they take hotel as a reference for grooming. I think that is very typical. But like what you mentioned just now, distribution, talking about tapping on international market. And I think this is what hotel does very well, which many organization, especially in Malaysia, we can learn, because we can learn to become a little bit more internationally ready, or basically going global lah, in that sense. So I like the idea of you having that flowchart. I think maybe what we can do is we can review it properly, and if there is an opportunity to run a webinar, would you be interested to explore this topic into a webinar that we open to anyone who wants to join, focusing specifically on understanding how hotels can sell or market themselves to global? Would you like to explore that?
I would be very happy to do that, to share
Good.
the hotel distribution channel flow chart. And of course, hotel uses a lot of systems, many systems.
Okay.
So these are the systems that empower the distribution channel. So I think especially now it's very important to have open mindset. So we embrace the change and live with it and live cohesively for everybody's advantage.
I agree. I like that idea, because I believe it is not just one single industry. The pandemic has shaken up many industry. In fact, everybody in this whole world would have some sort of an after effect, and I think based on that, we definitely can learn from each other in terms of how to adapt, like you mentioned, the open-mindedness. Um, Now, this is what I think our next action can be lah. I would like to get your time. Maybe after this, we'll talk about it. To get you to run a webinar, to look at, um, not to look at how hotels operate per se, and I mean we're not going to teach or share about my hotel, but it's going to be a lot of what we can learn of hotels, hotel systems, your experience, and many different industry could pick up from there. Let's explore that, and we shall put out a program that helps people realize this. We make it very accessible, because I also am not sure whether this content can it really resonate well with other industry. So it's going to be like an experiment. We test it out. If the response is well and we can twig it into specific segment, then we can do that. What do you think? What do you think, Yvonne?
Okay, let's explore further. I'm always open and open for new ideas and new inspiration.
Very good, very good. And I'm very open to collaborating, because I think there's a lot we can learn from you and your 30 years background, is it? 30 plus years about
Yeah.
that. I won't do the maths, so don't worry. uh, I think that would be our sharing for today. I'll stop the recording here, and we'll pick up with our action plan, and then we'll see how it goes. Thank you, Yvonne, for sharing the perspective of hotel and what training providers, especially trainers, can learn. And I think this would be a very useful tips for many of the trainers who tend to view my videos. Again, thank you very much for your time. I'll catch up with you soon.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.
Thanks.